Hello, Zach here with Finale Inventory. Today we're going to do a quick video on how to import items into your sales orders. This may be for a large wholesale order or any other manual order where you do not want to input the items individually, but you would prefer to upload them in bulk. Now, if you're already familiar with how to import items into purchase orders, this will be the exact same process. So once you've learned one, you are familiar with how to import into both purchase and sales orders. But for our purposes today, we will do a sales order. So I'm going to go ahead and click into our sales, and we will create a new sales order for this. For me, I'm going to use a system generated order ID. And then we will select a customer. I'll choose Carmi up here at the top, and I will save changes, and we are ready to import. One important thing to go through first is that you need to ensure that you are in a draft status for your sales order. Orders in committed or completed status will not allow you to update the item, so just make sure you're in that draft status first. If you've created a new order, as I have, that will be the default status that your order goes into, so you should be ready to go. Now to start importing, we're going to click on the Actions drop-down up here at the top, and then Import Sales Order Items. If you've done any imports with Finale, you should be familiar with this screen. We've got our large paste here box, which is where you will paste the data from your spreadsheet. And then we have our supported column titles down here at the bottom. Of course, we'll start with the product of ID of whatever items we are importing. We have the option for an item note. If that's something you would like to add, it is not required, but you can add additional notes there. The unit price. We will assume if you do not include a unit price column, whatever the price you have in Finale will come over. But if you do not have prices for your products in Finale already, or you want to override those prices, you can use the unit price column. Next, we have our quantity column. Now, this first quantity column is going to be for when you are selling individual units or selling by the each. If you are selling by the case, you'll use this case quantity column here, and that will allow you to import items in which you're selling by the case. To go with that, we have our packing column. Now, if you have a standard packing assigned for these items, we will assume the standard packing. However, if you're using custom packing or do not use the standard packing, or for some reason want to override that standard packing, you can include this packing column, and we will use the packing denoted there. So let's take a look at a quick spreadsheet. And here we've got, those 5 columns are product ID, unit price, quantity, case quantity, and packing. So we'll start with just importing the product ID and the quantity. So we'll hide that price column, and we'll just import these 2 columns here. So we're going to copy, and we will paste right into Finale. Here we can see we've got all those columns. We're ready to go. So we'll click Next and Commit. So now we've got all of our items in. You can see, all 7 items came in. We've got all of our quantities here. Now you will notice that only one of these products in my Finale has a price attached to it. And so all these others are blank. We could come in and add these prices manually, but let's go back to our spreadsheet, and we will unhide that price column. And we'll go ahead and re-import this with the price column attached. So we're going to copy. We'll come back to Actions and Import Sales Order Items, and we will paste those here again. So now you can see we've got that price added in, and we'll go ahead and click Next and Commit. And an important thing to note here that you can see is we are updating or overriding these products. We're not adding to them. So every time you import sales order items, it will override the entire item list. But here we can see that we do have all of our quantities again, and now we have all those prices in here as well. And so that will work for, of course, your individual or by the each products. Now let's take one more look. And here we will come through and we will hide this individual quantity column. And we will take a look at what these look like when importing by the case. So we'll go ahead and copy these 4 columns now. We'll include the packing in there. And we will come back in one last time and import the sales order items. And paste these in here. And now, of course, we've got the case quantity and packing. So we'll click Next and Commit. And now we can see that we've updated all of these to include that case with the packing. You'll see here in the standard packing column for my products here that we do have a standard packing of 24. So we were able to override those by including that packing column. If we decided to exclude that packing column, we would have had a case of 24 for all of these items, except the MV apple down here, which does not have a standard packing. So we would need to include the packing column for that item. Um, Now we can go ahead and once this is all ready, change your status to committed, and that order is ready to go. And that is the process for importing sales order items to sales orders. And you can follow the same process to import items into your purchase orders as well. As always, if you have any questions or need any assistance on this, you can reach out to us at service@finalleinventory.com.